Hey Airdrie, this is Brad Walker with Redline Real Estate, here with your monthly market update for Airdrie for the month of October. Alright, well let's just jump right into it. Now again this month, many of our numbers are in the green, as we have seen in past months, which is great to see. Now sales are up about 6% year over year, and new listings are down 22%. So having those new listings down that much really helps us stabilize the inventory situation. Now as you see on this chart, inventory is down 21% compared to last year. That is 119 fewer listings in Airdrie than we had last year at the end of October at the exact same time. Now inventory is even down 10% from the year before last year, which is fantastic to see. Now back to the other stat sheet. You'll also notice on this graphic that our new properties and sold property numbers are getting closer together each month. This means that a higher percentage of homes that are listed are actually selling. Now, if you've been reading or watching these reports, you know that this year in 2019 in Airdrie, our prices have remained fairly flat, which is a great improvement over the drops over the past few years. Now, in the last couple months, we have seen our benchmark price start to increase, which is fantastic to see, but I don't want anyone getting too excited yet. It is only a couple month sample size, so we can't really start calling it a trend at this point, but it is nice to see those prices start to come up. Now keep in mind that this is a blanket over the whole city and also all styles of homes. So this blankets detached, attached, semi-detached, and apartment style homes, and they do vary between those. So you'll see on these charts here how those vary. As you can see, the semi-detached and detached markets have increased above average, but the row housing and apartments have not seen the increases. So something to know specifically for the style of home that you have. For example, apartments saw a slight increase month over month from September to October, but are still down 10%, about 10% compared to last year. And in comparison, you can see that on the detached chart, the detached market has been on the rise throughout quite a big portion of this year, and prices are at this point slightly better than they were last year. Overall, this bumps us to being just 1% lower than our prices were on average last year at this time. We started this year 5% lower, so we have seen that improvement there. So as we get into the winter months, we'll see how pricing is affected, and I'll be sure to keep you up to date. Now for hottest communities. For the month of October, all of these neighborhoods below sold more than they had new listings, which is great to see. It's a pretty good sized list, so congrats to all these neighborhoods for selling more than you had new listings. It brings your inventory down. Great news all around. For me, for the hottest community, I would say for the month of October, has to be Edgewater. Now, it is a fairly small community, so we don't see a ton of activity, but we did see 4 sales and only 1 new listing. So they had 4 times the sales as new listings, and whenever you have a neighborhood do that, you're likely going to end up at the top of this list. So congrats to Edgewater, and this is coming off of a string of a few bad months for the neighborhood where we saw the highest inventories we ever have in the area. So it's great to see their inventory come down, and they are the hottest community for October. All right, now for mortgage news. Now in September, if you remember, we saw interest rates creep up just slightly, and now in October we saw them bump up even a little bit more. So as you're going to see on this chart here, September was our lowest point for interest rates, and we have had some increases since then. From what I'm hearing, you'll likely be getting around 2.7, 2.8% if you were to get a mortgage right now. Obviously that depends on the type of mortgage you get, fixed, variable, the term, all that. Most of the news and information I've gotten from mortgage brokers is that they are expecting these rates to rise some more as well. Now, no one can really predict these things if they're going to happen or not. That's just what I have been hearing. So if you're looking to renew your mortgage or buy that next home, now might be a really good time to lock in that rate for 5 years before they jump up even more. All right, well that wraps it up for this month's real estate market update for Airdrie. Now, if you are interested in a more detailed report, I do have a report that I send out monthly by email, and we can set it up to be for Airdrie, for your style home, whether that's detached, attached, apartment, or we can set it up just specifically for your neighborhood. That way you can always get the stats on your neighborhood, you can see how your area is performing, and the best part about this report is it actually gives you the sales information. So it tells you what properties sold, how much they sold for, how long their days on market was, because online all you're seeing is the list price. Here you can actually see the sales price and how long it took to sell. So if you are interested in that report for the city, for your style of home, or for your neighborhood, please let me know and I'd be happy to send that off to you. And again, this is Brad Walker with Redline Real Estate. Have a fantastic November and we'll see you next month. Bye-bye.